Okay, hi guys. Today I wanted to talk about anxiety, but I wanted to try something new. I have been pretty anxious this whole year. It's been a really bad year for my anxiety, I've noticed. And I wrote about it in my journal, and I thought, hey, maybe I could read this to you guys. Anybody else is suffering from anxiety like I am, maybe they could read it and relate to it or give advice, because I'm not sure what to do with my anxiety. I'm a very anxious person. I had to sedate myself just to make this video, but I don't want to have to keep doing that. So if you have any advice for me, please leave it in the comments. I read all of them and I take everything you guys say seriously. And if you think the concept is dumb, just tell me and I won't read from my diary ever again, because it's kind of weird. Okay, so I have it pulled up here. It's on my laptop. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading the diary. Okay. Oh, you can tell this is old. Because I said a few weeks ago, I made a video about living with anxiety. That was months ago. That was probably before summer. Yeah, it was probably way before summer. It was probably in the spring, maybe? Months ago. So, it's an old entry. A few weeks ago, I made a video about living with anxiety and living with the discomfort, as anxiety is something that many people deal with. But it's a lot easier said than done. I can't seem to do it. Why am I like this? I don't know. Help. That's what I wrote. I wrote help as if other people are going to see it. Okay. What exactly is the root of my anxiety? And that's something I'm still trying to figure out, which is why I'm reading it to you guys. It's relevant. I've been thinking about it, racking my diseased brain these past few weeks. Now it's been months. What exactly am I afraid of? I've come to the conclusion that I'm afraid that people won't like me, and ultimately I'll have a panic attack because of it. It's gotten to the point where I'm terrified to let any man touch me that I might have a panic attack or a flashback. I'm supposed to be meeting up with a friend, a guy friend, later today, and I have a big fear of having flashbacks during sex. Could you imagine that? You're in bed with somebody and they start crying and breathing and almost ready to pass out, and you can't really talk to them. It's that would be horrible. And it would feel horrible because panic attacks make you feel like you're dying, and I don't want that. And I'm gonna have to explain that to my friend. I'm not ready for that kind of thing right now. I need to get my shit sorted out. It says, while I don't think I'm an alcoholic, I have become dependent on it to socialize. That needs to stop. Yeah, during that time, those maybe February of this year, around those times, February, I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot because of my anxiety. I was going out and I was meeting up with friends and stuff, but in order to do it, I had to drink. I can't even remember the last time I was with somebody sober. That wasn't my family. Somebody sober. I'm gonna try and do that now. I've sedated myself a little bit, but it's better than drinking, because the medication I take is prescribed to me. I don't have to drink. Panic attacks would be the worst case scenario. A flashback during intercourse would be mortifying. Yeah, I'm afraid I'll have a flashback and start crying hysterically. Yeah, basically that's what I just said. I start overthinking to the worst case scenarios. That's what it says. And that's true. I always expect the worst out of everything ever. I put a lot of pressure on myself. Even just making this video, it's not going to be as good as I want it to be because I'm kind of hard on myself. And I put so much pressure on myself that it makes me anxious to make videos. Even though I sedated myself, I'm still anxious right now. Right now I'm dealing with anxiety. I've been dealing with it all day. It says, some anxiety is normal, and so is wanting people to like you, but this is different. This is debilitating. I fear being judged negatively. I want everybody to like me. It's not rational. People not liking me. I've always been shy, except when I'm manic, but this is ridiculous. It says, I'm awkward introverted, insecure, and shy. I feel inadequate, like I'm boring without alcohol. I won't know what to say. I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing and being judged because of it. I'm not a great person, and I'm afraid people will see that, or I'll make a fool out of myself somehow. Because I just want to be cool, you know? But whenever I look back on how I used to be, I spend a great amount of time analyzing my flawed behavior. You guys know this. I am very self-critical. Is that like a personality trait? Is that part of my personality? Just being so self-critical and analytical? It continues. I feel the strong urge to escape, and my body/brain starts sending me signals like I'm in danger. Even without being a full-blown panic attack, the level of anxiety is still distressing. I get a racing heart, horrible nausea, and start sweating and shaking. My voice starts cracking. Yes, that's true. My voice does crack when I make YouTube videos. It's one of the reasons why I edit. Because whenever I get really anxious, my voice cracks. Then I just can't speak. I get choked up and my mind goes blank. I can't hide it. It's very clear that I'm in distress. Yeah, and then it says I try to edit that out of my videos. I'm easily overwhelmed, and alcohol is merely a crutch to evade anxiety. It's not safe to be drunk with strangers. I drink till I black out and anything can happen then. I can't even rely on sedatives anymore like I used to. Alcohol is the only thing that makes me braver, and without it, I get extremely anxious. I'll drink till I pass out in an attempt to cope. My therapist says I disassociate. Not 100% sure what that means, but that's what my therapist was saying. If you know what that means, like I think I have somewhat of an idea. It was like when I was working at Forever 21, there was a time period where I felt like I wasn't in my body. I felt like I was watching my body, like I was watching somebody do all the things that I was doing. It felt like I was on the outside looking in. Maybe that's dissociating. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. When people see me have panic attacks, they'll think I'm crazy and out of control, like someone who shouldn't be around the general public. And I don't want people to be worried about me, but I can't just force myself to white knuckle it without any help. And then it says, it's like not knowing how to swim and jumping into the deep end of the pool and forcing myself to learn how to swim without proper instructions. I'll just drown. To me, being forced into everyday level of functioning without the necessary tools in place is like teaching myself how to swim without instructions. Weird metaphor, but you can tell I thought nobody was going to read it. My anxiety used to be so bad that I couldn't look people in the eye. I had to practice saying like hi or have a nice day and thank you to like the mailman and people, the cashier at the store. Like that took a lot of energy, and I can't even do that some days. Some days I am so anxious I can't leave the house, and I've been trying not to drink so much. You know, I haven't drank anything this summer. We're still in summer, but I haven't drank anything, and I wish I could say I feel better, but I don't really. I'm not as depressed, I guess. My mood has lifted a bit. I didn't like how vulnerable it made me and how I wasn't in control when I was drunk and stuff, and people did take advantage of me in that vulnerable state, and I don't want that to happen anymore. So I'm gonna try and only drink at like special events. I don't know. I wrote this months ago, but it's still ringing true. I'm not drinking that much anymore. I haven't drank this summer, but still, there's no alcohol. Well, I have alcohol in my backpack. I take it wherever I go, but I don't drink it. I guess it's like last ditch. I feel like I'm having so much anxiety, I'm going to like implode. Just take a fistful of sedatives and like chug some vodka, but it hasn't had to come to that. I feel like there's an overlap with this social anxiety and my agoraphobia. Yeah, that's what it says. That makes sense, because going outside of my home gives me anxiety, and then I'll be being around people, and being around people affects my Social anxiety. Does that make sense? Did that make any sense? Being around people gives me anxiety, and leaving the house gives me anxiety. So leaving the house to go meet up with people gives me anxiety. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't need to drink before stepping outside. I can now be in a large crowd or open spaces. Now I can go outside and talk to strangers without a problem. That's progress? Question mark. I don't really care what strangers think of me. It's only when I have to go on a quote-unquote date with someone. I never get anxious when I'm with my family. Yes, that is true. I do not get anxious around my family. I've been depressed around my family, but I've never been anxious. I always feel like I can just be me and not worry about being judged because my family is stuck with me. And because of that, I don't get anxious around them. Meeting a person for the first time and they want to hang out, going out and doing that gives me anxiety. Like I said, I made plans with a friend to meet up tonight, but I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm still worried about flashbacks. It says my fear of socializing causes me to isolate. I need to get used to going out again with little or no alcohol. I think I'll just start by lowering the amount I drink gradually until I'm quote-unquote sober. I don't know why I put that in quotes. Because quitting cold turkey would cause excessive anxiety. Well, I'm doing better than I was when this was written. You know, I'm not drinking every day to go out. I'm not going out every day. I'm not going out, but I'm not drinking, so that's kind of cool, right? It continues. Because I know the more I do it, the less anxious I'll feel. At least I hope. So the more I go outside, the more I experience these things that give me anxiety and confront them, maybe that'll make the anxiety lower. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychotherapist. I don't know. I kind of made that up. Does that make any sense? Like exposure therapy. That's the thing, right? It's like exposure therapy. If I expose myself in like small increments and succeed, then it'll get easier the next time that I have to be in that same situation. I think that's what I was trying to write. It says, I have to reassure myself that I believe in me. I can do this. It's not going to be easy. There's no magic fix, not even medication. I take Ativan and Bus Bar. I want to get back out there. I'd like more friends. I'm nervous around people. I'm trying to impress because I'm so meek. That's what it says. I don't want to have to rely on alcohol every time I go out and meet with someone, though. And then I wrote a little goal. Not to rely on alcohol and just drink socially, casually. And when I do drink, it's in moderation. Not to get drunk every single time I go out. For all you folks out there that suffer from anxiety, you just know you're not alone. I'm here. We're fighting the good fight. We'll beat this one day. And just take comfort in the fact that you know you're not alone, because I am going through it too. Let me know if you're interested in this like diary reading type of video. I feel like I didn't make a lot of eye contact. Let me know if you want to see more of my diary entries, or if you don't, because I don't mind sharing them. If you don't, that's fine. This is kind of just an experiment to see, because I have so many journals. I would love to read through some of them, especially the entries I made when I was like losing my mind essentially. But if you think it's dumb, I won't make any more of these. I won't bother you. I won't bother you. I thought it was an okay idea. Thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. You did not have to, but since you did, I appreciate you. Don't forget to possibly, if you really want to help, join the Patreon. We're slowly growing. Once I get enough patrons, I'll start listing them up on the screen, but we're not there yet. I still need more patrons. I will put a link in the description to my Patreon. You want to help, but you don't want to give any money, which is totally fine. I totally get it. Just subscribe, leave a comment. That gets me in the algorithm, because the content I make isn't very algorithm friendly, like at all. So please do that for me. Leave a comment, even if it's to comment something dumb. Just leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video.